For decades, Boeing and Airbus have dominated global aviation, forming a powerful duopoly that shapes the very way the world travels. These two giants don't just build planes, they set the standards for safety, innovation, and efficiency, influencing every corner of the industry. Their control extends far beyond the airframes themselves to the engines, the true heart of any jetliner, crafted by a select few Western giants. These engines are marvels of engineering, representing the pinnacle of technological achievement and reliability. GE, Pratt & Whitney, Rolls-Royce, and Safran, these are the names behind the power that lifts nearly every major airliner into the sky. Developing a modern jet engine is a monumental feat, requiring billions in investment, years of relentless research and development, and the combined expertise of thousands of engineers and scientists. It also demands mastery of advanced materials, superalloys, composites, and ceramics that can withstand extreme temperatures and stresses, pushing the limits of what's possible in flight. The result is a tightly controlled, highly profitable ecosystem, where Western suppliers hold immense strategic leverage over the global aviation industry, dictating terms and setting the pace of progress. Any nation aspiring to build commercial aircraft must rely on these Western engines, making true independence nearly impossible. Even the most ambitious aerospace programs abroad find themselves dependent on Western technology at their core. Export licenses for these engines are potent diplomatic tools, reinforcing Western dominance and giving government significant influence over who can build and fly modern jets. Airlines stick with Boeing and Airbus for reliability, global support networks, and the assurance of spare parts and service, ensuring steady business for engine makers and reinforcing the cycle. Long-term service agreements keep revenue flowing for decades, making the system self-reinforcing and locking in customers for the lifespan of each aircraft. This intricate web of interdependence has made the Western aerospace duopoly nearly unbreakable, with every link in the chain reinforcing the next. But now, this fortress faces its most serious challenge yet, as new players emerge determined to rewrite the rules of the skies. China's COMAC C919 is its bold answer to the Airbus A320 and Boeing 737, two of the world's most successful single-aisle jets. Designed to break the duopoly and assert China's place in global aviation, the C919 is a symbol of national pride and technological ambition. The C919 aims to satisfy China's huge domestic demand for air travel, which is growing rapidly as millions of new passengers take to the skies each year. But its ambitions don't stop there. The ultimate goal is to compete on the world stage, challenging established Western manufacturers in international markets. Yet, beneath its sleek Chinese exterior, the C919 relies heavily on Western technology and expertise. Much of the aircraft's core functionality is powered by systems developed outside China. Key systems, avionics, flight controls, and landing gear are supplied by American and European giants like GE, Honeywell, and other major aerospace firms. These components are essential for the jet's safety, efficiency, and certification. Most crucially, its only engine option is the advanced LEAP 1C, built by CFM International, a joint venture between GE of the US and France's Safran. This high-bypass turbofan is the heart of the C919's performance. The LEAP 1C engine gives the C919 world-class fuel efficiency and reliability, but it also means the aircraft is vulnerable to Western export controls and shifting geopolitics. Beijing gambled that strong commercial interests and global partnerships would keep the supply chain open, even as political tensions rise. For a while, this strategy worked, and C919 production ramped up, with dozens of jets rolling off the assembly line to meet surging demand. But the aircraft's deep dependence on Western technology remains a glaring strategic risk, especially as global supply chains face new uncertainties. The C919 is both a symbol of China's soaring ambition and a powerful reminder of its ongoing reliance on the West for critical aviation technology. In May 2025, the US government made a dramatic move. It suspended export licenses for the LEAP 1C engine, a critical component for China's C919 airliner. Overnight, production lines ground to a halt, and the future of China's flagship jet was thrown into uncertainty. This action was a direct response to China's own restrictions on exporting critical minerals, which had already sent shockwaves through global supply chains and rattled industries worldwide. The message from Washington was unmistakable. Technology, once seen as a bridge between nations, could now be wielded as a powerful weapon in geopolitical disputes. COMAC's ambitious delivery targets, which had symbolized China's rise in aviation, collapsed almost instantly. That year, only a handful of C919s ever made it to customers, a stark contrast to the hundreds once promised. The 6-week ban exposed just how dependent China was on foreign technology, and how quickly its ambitions could be derailed. It also highlighted the immense power Western nations still hold as gatekeepers of advanced aerospace technology. Even after the ban was lifted, the damage was irreversible. Beijing's belief that business could be separated from politics was shattered, and trust in global supply chains was deeply shaken. For business leaders and policymakers around the world, the incident was a wake-up call, forcing a fundamental rethink of risk and resilience. It proved that relying on a strategic rival for essential technology is not just risky. It's unsustainable in a world where politics and economics are so deeply intertwined. In response, China doubled down on its push for self-reliance, pouring resources into developing its own jet engines and reducing its dependence on foreign suppliers. Meanwhile, European partners like Safran realized they too were vulnerable, caught in the crossfire of great power competition, and began reassessing their own strategies. The ban was more than a temporary disruption. It was a warning shot that forced governments and companies worldwide to reconsider their strategic calculations and alliances. For China, it underscored the urgent need to master every link in the aerospace supply chain and to accelerate the development of a truly domestic engine. For the West, it was a reminder of the leverage they still possess, and the responsibility that comes with it in an increasingly fractured world. China's answer is the CJ1000A engine, developed by the Aero Engine Corporation of China since 2009. Building a modern turbofan is a monumental challenge, especially mastering single-crystal turbine blades and advanced materials. The first demonstrator ran in 2017, and flight tests began in 2023, but commercial certification is still years away. Most analysts expect the CJ1000A won't be ready for the C919 until at least 2030. Until then, China remains dependent on Western engines, a vulnerability highlighted by the 2025 ban. The race for engine independence is on, but physics and engineering can't be rushed. Russia's path to aviation self-sufficiency was forced by Western sanctions after the 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Cut off from Airbus, Boeing, and critical parts, Russia pivoted to domestic production. The Sukhoi Superjet and Irkut MC-21 became the focus, with the PD-14 engine as Russia's technological crown jewel. Unlike China, Russia already has a certified modern engine for its next-gen jets, but sanctions have crippled its broader industrial base, making large-scale production difficult. Only a handful of fully domestic aircraft have been delivered, with real volume not expected until 2026. Russia has the engine technology China needs, but struggles to scale up. The two countries face different challenges, but their needs are increasingly aligned. Russia's engine is a key piece China desperately wants. A Sino-Russian aerospace alliance seems logical. Russia has engine tech, China has scale and market. In reality, collaboration has been limited by mutual suspicion and a desire for self-reliance. Russia fears sharing its engine secrets, while China wants to avoid dependence on another power. The 2025 US engine ban, however, may force a pragmatic partnership. China needs a non-Western engine now. Russia needs a market for its PD-14. Any deal would likely be transactional, not a deep alliance, each side hedging its bets. Their paths are converging out of necessity, not trust. For the West, even a loose partnership is cause for concern. Why is Western dominance so enduring? Because building a commercial jet engine is staggeringly hard. It takes billions in investment, decades of know-how, and mastery of advanced manufacturing. Only a handful of companies have the intellectual property and experience to succeed. Certification is a brutal, years-long process, with safety standards set by the FAA and ESA. Without their approval, an engine is unmarketable globally. Even with technical breakthroughs, Russia and China must build entire parallel ecosystems for manufacturing, certification, and support. That's why the Western duopoly has lasted so long. The prospect of Russian engines powering China's C919 alarms Europe. For companies like Safran, it threatens billions in lost sales and service revenue. A Sino-Russian partnership would create a new axis in aviation, challenging the Boeing-Airbus duopoly. The global market could split the West on one side, a China-Russia bloc on the other, especially in emerging markets. The 2025 engine ban showed Europe's vulnerability to US policy, and now, a new competitor is rising. European leaders face a dilemma wary of US unilateralism, but even more concerned about a rival independent of Western tech. The world of predictable duopoly is ending. A C919 with a Russian engine would be a geopolitical statement, shifting the balance of power. For Europe, it's a direct challenge to its economic and strategic future.